Alright, so today I have multiple lighting kits and we'll be testing out and unboxing. These are strobe lights for police, fire, EMS, construction. Um, these particular kits, I have police and EMS, but they come in other colors. Almost all these brands do. I'm going to actually connect them and let you see them in action and go over the unboxing experience, what they come with, the quality, etc. So we have the Chemini 10-piece. These are blue strobes. They come in a box like this, individually packed. So you got your backing gasket, soft pad for the vehicle, mounting, screws and nuts, which is interesting versus like self-tappers or something. The back is sealed pretty good. And the lens has a gasket, and fortunately these also have a screw that goes in the back. So that's good. It should keep a seal. That's the problem with some of these kits, is they get moisture in them because they're not sealed very well, or they snap in place. The ones that only snap, they don't have any kind of mechanical retention. You know, the pressure inside of here changes over time, so depending on temperatures and everything else, it has to be sealed properly to keep out moisture. Let's see what else is in the box. It should just be 8 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's see what else I got in here. 9, 10. Oh yeah, it was a 10-piece. So it's just these, and I don't see an instruction booklet. I guess you're supposed to just YOLO it, but I do know from experience that this is your positive, this is your negative, and I believe you touch this to positive to change the modes, and then supposedly this is supposed to remember that mode. So we're going to test that out right now. So I've got a 12-volt supply here, and let's do this here. So these are wig-wag, left, right, left, right. Let's touch to positive with this, see if it changes. It does. That's interesting. Huh. I'm gonna hit it again, see what it does. Okay. I wonder if I have a bad connection here. Let me just make sure. Alright, so we got our wig-wag. Let me touch this again. There we go. Now it's working. I had a bad connection. So now it's wig-wag strobe. Strobe. Rapid strobe. I like that one. Then you have your wig-wag off and on. Fast wig-wag. And you got your wig-wag strobe. Looks like a multi-mode. That one's probably the one I would run. I do wonder, with multiples of these, how well they'll synchronize. Also, let's unhook the power and see if it keeps that memory mode without us touching this other yellow wire here. It does, so that's good. Let's see what else it has. So that's another multi-mode there. Okay, single flash strobe. Faster. A little bit longer. Continuous. You can't see on the camera, but this is strobing so fast that it's almost like takedowns, where it's not even like you can barely tell it's not steady. So that's one side's on, the other side strobes. Flash to rapid flash, it increases intensity and then starts over. Steady burn. This is some sort of glow in, glow out. That's not really usually used. back to wigwag. So I think we've made it all the way through. That's pretty good there. No issue so far. I'm gonna hook up two at once and see if they will stay synchronized. Because that's kind of important. Since these don't go to a central controller, they're independently controlled. You would have to have them connected and all of them programmed at once. So really, what you should be doing is you should be grounding it and providing a negative, and then running the positive to a toggle, like on-off switch, and then you should be running this yellow one to a momentary switch so you can switch modes. So let's get them both on the same mode. Alright, so that's like a rapid flash. So I'm going to go to the other one. And then we're going to put it on the same rapid flash. I think that's it. Now we'll hook them both up at the same time here. That almost worked out with the back and forth, but let's see if we can't get them on at the same time. There we go. So now let's connect this third lead here carefully and see if, oh, it's gonna be a long review. It's more difficult than it looks. So we're going to touch these two together and then try to change the mode together. Interesting. I think you can synchronize them. It's just difficult to do this way. But once they're permanently wired, I don't see any reason why that wouldn't work. Material, this is like almost like a rubber coated plastic. It's not super rubberized, but it's almost a glossy like feel to it. Then you got your wire back here. It's got some sealant on it. This one's actually, the seal's broken on it. Not sure if I did that or if it came that way. The two screws, of course, for the lens. You got lens with a deflector. It's a vertical deflector on the front. A little bit of ice around the edge and then clear in between. And then you have your recessed screw holes. So that was the Chemini 10-piece. Comes in a small box. And these are all on Amazon, by the way. Next up is some Nilight products. These are pretty popular. This one is the blue and white 8-piece. So here's what it looks like in the box. You can tell it's blue and white because this looks like a clear LED and this one's frosted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mounting hardware with the same rubberized buffer. This time it comes with actual instructions, this brand, which is nice. Here you go. So you'll see right here it's a flash pattern when it touches black wire. So that's important. Even though they went with yellow instead of green, they should have went with green, but they went with yellow. You have to touch the ground with that. And then white is synchronization. So that's good. These do have synchronization versus the other kit. And speaking of synchronization, if you want 4 there, 4 on the other, you would wire 4 of them with their white wires, the other 4 separately with white wires, and then you would use your flash pattern to alternate it on installation. And then with your momentary switch, they'll always be alternating each other. That's how you would do that. They've got a little brochure thing here with their product line. Okay, and we are going to look at some more products from them. Pretty similar setup here, no extra wires. They come with a, maybe a 4-foot pigtail. And so you've got the ground positive, synchronization, and then you got ground to mode there. So we're going to hook this up and see what we got going on here. This is my first time looking at this too. No diffuser on these. Pretty bright. Plastic, sealed really well on these versus the other ones in the back. They do have screws, retention screws. You can't. That's interesting. See, now what they've done here, let me unhook this for a second. I've noticed this because in the reviews, other people were saying they got condensation behind them. What they've done here is they have created these lens covers with the hole for the screw, and then didn't drill a hole back here, actually install screws. So these are the ones, and heck, you can even see right here, see where it's like got a hole right here where it clipped together or something. That's where moisture is going to get in. So despite how kind of mid-range this product is, and the mounting surface is thicker and more robust and is sealed better, they screwed up. They missed this step, and that's causing a lot of customer returns for this product, I believe. Also, I said there was no deflector. There isn't, but there's actually 2 lenses. So you got 2 slightly convex lenses here, and then the rest of it's just regular clear. We're going to test this out though. I think that what I'm going to go ahead and do is connect 2 of them. Do red here. If we can't get this on the same page here. Connect my positive lead. And this ain't the best test setup, but honestly I think it would be even more difficult to try to show you on a vehicle. Let's hook them both up at the same time. So right now they're not in sync. The other one, the wire come off. So right now they're alternated and they're not in sync. But I'm curious. So for this one, the white synchronizes them. So let's see what happens when I touch the white together when they're on already. Oh, that wasn't it. Here we go. Nothing. So let me try turning it off and see if they synchronize when they kind of boot up, sort of. They do. And then look at that. So I disconnected, and then this went and did something else. That's interesting. Like it's looking for a signal. So this must have been the master, and that's one of the slaves. So if you see one like where you only have a white showing or it goes off, it might just be the synchronization. It might not be that there's anything wrong with it. I wonder if that's generating some returns. Interesting. And then we have our modes here. Let me try touching one to change the mode and see if it changes both. Oh, wrong lead. Yeah, it does. Good. So you only really need to wire one, although I would still wire them all for the modes. Got like a strobe beat, faster strobe beat, longer strobe beat, triple strobe, continuous strobe. You can't see that on the camera, it's quite fast though. Looks like it might be a multi-mode. It is. It's continuous strobe for a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And continuous strobe again. Oh, I like that one. So that's blue on, red, white strobe. This is white on blue strobe. Wigwag. Faster wigwag. This one's like a heartbeat wigwag. Then you have a triple strobe wigwag, like a fast multi-mode here. This one's a good one. I like that. Slower wigwag strobe, fast wigwag strobe. Like a slow strobe with a pause in between. Fast, like heartbeat strobe almost. Steady burn. Left, right off, or wigwag off. Continuous wigwag. Strobe wigwag. Most of these look pretty good. They look like good lighting modes. I like it. I like the variety and everything. So yeah, I would say minus this significant flaw that these have, these are pretty nice. I don't know if that was like something that was missed in the manufacturing process, or if it's some QC thing with the back panel that it didn't get tapped. I didn't get the pilot hole to put the screws in or something. I don't know what happened there. You may even, if you are good at lining up stuff, screw the hole that actually is supposed to go in here. Don't think the PCB's in the way, so if you do it properly, you can put in your own screws to kind of keep these sealed. But heck, honestly, it's hard for me to recommend that. You might just want to pop these off and put a bead of silicone and then pop it back on and get some more life out of these things. That's a shame they have that oversight. Like, I really don't see any screw in these. You would see the threads if it was being screwed into the lens. I don't see anything. So that was the white blue Nilight kit. So let's look at the next one. This one's the same kit. It's just different color. I believe this one, I can't remember. I believe it's all blue or blue red. This is blue red. I'm not gonna do a whole lot with this one. I'm just want to show you what it looks like. The kit has the same issues with the lens. I don't see any screws or extra screw holes for that. But I'm gonna hook it up real quick just so you can see what it looks like. That's the red and blue. Pretty neat. Looks good to me. No issues with that. All the same lighting modes. It's like a steady burn red, blue. Same thing, alternates, wigwag, flash wigwag, all that stuff. Yeah, I like it. Okay, moving on. Get that out of the way. Alright, so the next one is actually a pretty neat kit. Now, this is by Nilight also. And this was the running board strobe lights. You see these a lot on undercovers. This one has a nice instruction manual. You can put it on your privately owned vehicle or whatever because it's just a cigarette lighter. You gotta wire it into your harness or anything like that, or a fusible link. They've got showing their little product catalog here. And this is the cigarette lighter. And what I like about this one is it comes with plenty of cable, and it comes with these connectors that are screw connectors with a O-ring on them, so that should be good. It comes with two different ones, and these are 70 inches, so they're 35 inches each. It's a two-piece, and this one's red and blue. I'm just going to take one of them out here and We'll get that connected up. And then I'll unspool it a little bit and we'll take a look at it. Of course, this one's just the cigarette lighter thing. Alright, so it's on steady burn right now, and you can see them. A dual LED on off, and then this is your mode. So if I turn it off, turns off, turn it on, turns on. This is how you change your mode. So this is a scrolling one, faster scrolling, about the same, faster, reversed, reverse faster. This it's gonna be hard to see on camera, but this is like a regular police alternating strobe here. This one's another scroll, it looks like. So this is like a continuous flash alternating scroll. I guess is how I would describe that. This is red on blue alternating flash. This is like a pulsating flash that runs down the rope. This is all flash. This one's neat looking. It's kind of hard to describe this one. It's like a wig-wag flash, but it alternates between the different sections. This is a steady flash. You're not going to be able to see on camera, but it's actually really intense and bright. Holy crap. So that would be a good one too. They're not going to miss you with that thing on. Same thing, that's actually pretty good too. That's a really fast one. And this one's a alternating, like a red-blue alternation. This is continuous, but then it's high-low. And then you have like a mixture of those. And then a blink, really fast strobe. That's another good one for law enforcement. Quick strobe, but it's high-low. There's just so much here. Can flash the whole bar. That's a good police one. It's an alternating wigwag strobe with like the different sections alternating in between each other. Alright, and there's steady burn. Here's what it looks like. It's I would describe it as like a thin plastic, almost like it's sleeved, like it's been slid into, because these aren't like epoxied against the LEDs. This is like a cushiony type exterior. Then you have like a epoxy, not even, like a capped end to it. And then you have just two-sided tape on the back. It looks like the 3M style, kinda. I don't know how I feel about it just having tape on it, but you do have a spot to put a screw on each end. And if it was me and I was installing this thing, I would definitely be looking to find some little black plastic grommets and put them across each section, or at least every two, so that this thing ain't going to go nowhere, because I'd hate to see this hanging off the vehicle going down the road. That would be tacky. But the modes are neat. It's plenty bright. It seems okay design, you know. You get what you pay for. Alright, and then here's the third brand. So that was Nilight we just put away. This is Xprite. These are the white and red 8-piece kits. Of course, the, you know, reminder, they come in all kinds of colors. This one's a little bit more well thought out than the others. Comes with some nice stickers, the mounting stuff, same bushing stuff. Here's your instructions. You'll see it has a distribution block and a controller, and then your lights, and you have a good amount of wire on each one. This is great. Like, they thought this out, because you can centrally locate this and install this on your vehicle without having to splice any wires. And then here's the controller, and that's basically it for the box. So let me get that out of the way. Alright, so here's the kit. And it is a kit. There's lots of wires here. Here's your controller. You got your left, center out, right, custom, pattern, power, J-box right here, and then it has connectors that, you know, disconnect, so you can install them and run your wires and then come back to the J-box. You can see the white and the red coating on the LEDs. This is another brand that, despite being pretty well thought out, they miss the part where they need to have fasteners, a mechanical fastener for the lens to keep pressure on the O-ring. These also have reviews where people return them because they get moisture in them after some time. If it was me at this price range, I would still probably purchase them, but then take my time to pop the lens off and seal it somehow or figure something out. This doesn't even have the benefit like the other ones where they actually have the screw holes molded into the lens. These don't have that, so you're going to have to use some kind of glue. You can actually get some CA glue that, and when it dries quick and it dries clear, and maybe that'll work. You might have to play around with that a bit if you really want to get some longevity out of this. Here is your primary power pigtail, and this does come with a cigarette lighter thing here. So you have the option to disconnect the cigarette lighter and use the pigtail if you wanted to. I'm going to just connect to the cigarette lighter here. You got a power indicator on your cigarette lighter. And then let's turn some of these over here so we can get a look at them. And then here's power. What am I missing here? These have been tested already, so I know they work. Let's see here. Might be this power connector here. Well, that's interesting. It's not a good sign. These are sealed pretty good on the harness on the back. They're J-box. They're all connected. Here. Huh. Well, let me try this. So that's interesting. That's real interesting. I see what they've done here. So one of your grounds on your cigarette lighter lead is just for the circuit that shows your power indicator, and then the other one is for the actual circuit that powers the devices. That's not good, and I'll tell you why. The mechanical, for high amperage loads, which this is kind of in between, these are a lot of LEDs, it's all about surface contact with your connectors. So you're only going to have like a less than half a centimeter of connection between mechanical connection between this ground lead and the barrel of the cigarette lighter, and then you have the tip of this that's making contact with the positive. I don't really like that idea. I don't see why they wouldn't have integrated them in the same circuit, but they did not. So you can see it comes on there, nothing else does. I put on this side, that doesn't come on, but then the lights do. That's silly. But here we go. I'll flip a couple of these back over so we can take a look at them. And here's our controller. And it just came on steady burn. I'm going to hit pattern. And it does alternate them pretty well. Pretty bright flash. A multi-mode circular flash. Multi-mode strobe flash alternating. Continuous pulsating. I would call this like a checker pattern. You can see the indicator here. Each one is a LED. It's representing when it lights up blue, so you can kind of see what it's doing. That's your wig wag with a little bit of a spread. That's your alternating in between. It's centered to the outside. This is the stacking mode where it's alternating the stack and then flashing. Then you have your primary wigwag, like a quick strobe, and it changed the pattern again and went to something else. I didn't click it. I don't know if it goes in between them now. Maybe it alternates. Yeah, it does. So it's going steady burn. Let's see if it keeps going on. So it does, yeah. So that goes in between the different modes. I wonder if this does too, but at a faster rate. Does not appear to. Steady burn again. I don't know what the custom would do, honestly. I guess you can kind of pick what you want to do. I don't remember that being in the instructions. Last memory function, so remember what you set it on. The instructions here. I know you can't see this that well. I'm just seeing if I missed something. I don't see instructions to set the custom mode on here. Maybe you hold it. I don't understand the custom one, but the regular patterns are pretty good. I think this would be a good kit for a volunteer firefighter, for, you know, a small police department doesn't have a lot of funds. Any kind of construction, maybe. These aren't going to hold up well with a lot of wear and tear. If it's just maybe an escort vehicle or it's a security vehicle, that would be a good application for these. And that kind of goes for the whole scenario here, because honestly, if you guys wanted to see like a, you know, $10,000 wheel-in or siren kit or something, I mean, you wouldn't be here. So these are mediocre, affordable options. They all have a caveat to them. Nobody gets it 100% right, but we've come a long way when it comes to stuff like this. I think that one day we'll get to a point to where these prosumer type ones will be on par with the big name manufacturers, and hopefully the price will still be affordable. So yeah, that was my unboxing and quick review and first impressions of these Nilight Chemini and the tactical series from what was the brand? Xprite, which is neat, and I like that they include their stickers and stuff. That's nice. Actually, I wonder if I missed the instructions for the programming here. It just says custom defined pattern, 19 modes, quick select directional button. So if you're doing traffic control, you can make it, you know, scroll to a certain direction. Still doesn't tell you how to use the custom. Maybe the QR code to bring you there. I'm not a fan of that, but thanks for tuning in.